Again, we would like to welcome our attendees to witness this prestigious event via YouTube, Facebook, and other digital media platforms. Please be informed, by participating in this program, you are consenting to the collection and use of information, including digital documentation, such as video and audio recording, screenshots, and the like. Rest assured that the information collected and processed shall be in accordance with the Philippine Data Privacy Act of 2012 and all pertinent rules and regulations and laws concerning data privacy. We shall start the program in a few minutes. We would like to welcome our esteemed guests and officials who are joining us on this event. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the signing of the joint memorandum circulars on harmonizing Philippine education governance. Today, on the 10th of May, 2024, here in Hilton, Manila, Pasay City. Now, in our respective places, may I request everyone to please stand for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, followed by a prayer by Director Janet Abasolo, Acting Executive Director of the Certification Office, TESDA.
Lord, we offer this ceremonial signing to you and ask you to bless it with your wisdom and grace. We ask you to enlighten our hearts and minds to know what is true and just, and strengthen our will to carry out faithfully what we come to see as our duty. Bless our dear stakeholders with insight and understanding. May their support be unwavering and actions be guided by your will. Lord, we ask for your grace to foster deeper relationships among all agencies. Help us to communicate with kindness, to collaborate with respect, and to cultivate a spirit of unity and cooperation. In your infinite wisdom, guide us towards innovation and progress in education, that we may create a brighter future for generations to come. Amen.
You may now take your seats. Good morning. To welcome our VIPs and guests, it's an honor to acknowledge the presence of Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, Secretary of the Department of Labor and Employment and Chair of the TESTA Board, Secretary Bienvenido E. Laguesma. Also, from Department of Labor and Employment, Undersecretary Carmela Torres. Chairperson of the Professional Regulations Commission, Honorable Charito A. Zamora. Chairperson on the Commission on Higher Education, Chair J. Prospero E. De Vera III, represented by Commissioner Ethel Agnes P. Valenzuela. Undersecretary Michael Wesley T. Poa. Undersecretary Gina O. Gonong. Deputy Director General Rosana A. Urdaneta. Deputy Director General Vidal Villanueva III. Representing Secretary Francisco Chu Laurel, Ms. Editha Vinuya. Dr. Carol Mark Yee of EDCOM 2. To all Undersecretaries, Assistant Secretaries, TESTA Board members, regional, provincial, and district directors, to our fellow colleagues, our stakeholders and partners, and to all participants through Zoom and YouTube live streaming. We appreciate you all in attending today's activity, and we hope that you will have a deeper appreciation of the importance of the Philippine Qualifications Framework and the education of our countrymen. At this point, let us welcome the Department of Education Undersecretary for Curriculum and Teaching, USEC, Gina O. Gonong.
Senator Win Gatchalian, Secretary Laguesma, Chair Zamora, colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. On behalf of the Department of Education led by our Vice President, Sara Z. Duterte, I welcome all of you to this important milestone, the signing of 2 JMCs among education agencies, DepEd, CHED, and TESDA, with the Department of Labor and Employment. The work outlined in the JMCs is our collaborative response to ensuring that our learners, particularly those in the technical vocational livelihood track, are prepared for the future, having the skills needed for entrepreneurship or employment and the desire for lifelong learning. We thank Senator Gatchalian for championing this initiative and for giving us the funds, for facilitating the inclusion of funds to make this collaboration and the work that's embedded in this collaboration happen. We hope that today is the beginning of closer collaborations because the success of our collaboration will mean the success of our learners. We hope that in our old age, kapag maputi na ang buhok natin, in our retirement, we look back to this day and say, we're glad we took this road and it has made a difference. Again, everybody, a warm welcome to the JMC signing today.
Thank you, Yusek Gonong, for your warm and welcoming message. We are fortunate in the education sector to have a voice in Congress who advocates quality and inclusive education. Senator Sherwin Gatchalian's unwavering support and commitment have been instrumental in facilitating the provision of free competency assessment for our senior high school TVL learners. His dedication to this cause has empowered educators to develop their skill sets, leading to a transformative impact on TVL education. Furthermore, his exemplary leadership and tireless advocacy for both educators and learners inspire us all and strengthen our collective commitment to achieving educational excellence. Now to give his message, a round of applause to Senator Sherwin T. Gatchalian.
Morning, everyone. Actually, team effort po to. So it's not only my accomplishment, but accomplishment of everyone. First and foremost, let me acknowledge our guests and dignitaries. Let me acknowledge Secretary Manguna Datu, of course, Secretary and Vice President Sara Duterte. Let me also acknowledge Secretary Benvenido Ledesma of the Department of Labor and Employment. Let me acknowledge Chair Popoy de Vera, represented by Commissioner Ethel Valenzuela. Kababayan ko yata ito si Ethel. Taga Valenzuela rin. But magkasama ho kami ni Ethel a few weeks ago in a study tour in the US. Let me also greet Yusek Michael Poa and Yusek Gina Gonong. Let me also greet Deputy Director General Rosana Ordaneta, PRC Chair Charito Zamora. Let me also greet Dole Yusek Carmela Torres, and the ILO Country Director for the Philippines, Mr. Khalid Hassan. Good morning to everyone. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Alam niyo po, parang mapapayak po ako ngayong araw na ito dahil this is something that most of us have been working for a long time, and finally it's coming to fruition. And I really thank all the stakeholders, especially DepEd, who made this happen, to TESDA, who made this happen, and of course, to all the other stakeholders who put together their minds and their hearts in order to come up with this JMC. As a brief backgrounder, nung pinag-aaralan ho namin yung education sector, kasama po si E.D. Carol, we commissioned a survey, a rider question in the Pulse Asia survey. And we asked our constituents, masaya ba kayo sa K-12? No, yun po yung simpleng tanong. In 2019, 50% of the respondents said they're very satisfied with K-12. 28% said they're not satisfied. So sabi ko, okay, at least satisfied yung mga tao sa K-12. In 2022, June of 2022, we again commissioned Pulse Asia through a rider survey. 39% said satisfied. Yung dissatisfied ngayon, 44%. So mas marami yung dissatisfied. Sabi ko, at least hindi pa naman nag-breach 50%. Diba? Kung nag-breach 50%, medyo delikado tayo. So we commissioned again a survey in 2023, September of 2023. And the results, satisfied, 32%, and dissatisfied, 52%. Sabi ko, patay na. No? More than half of our population is dissatisfied with K to 12. No? They're not happy with K to 12. In fact, they hate K to 12. Ayaw nila ng K to 12. And if you analyze the situation, of course, there's a lot of reasons why they despise K to 12. One of the most glaring reasons is the families don't see value with K to 12. Now, we added 2 years in senior high school, but what value did it bring to our families? The only thing that it brought to our families is extra cost. Diba? Dagdag expenses, dagdag uniform, dagdag materials. But when they look for a job, hindi naman sila makahanap ng trabaho. So we went to analyze. We conducted a few hearings. We actually filed a bill. It's called Batang Magaling Bill. At the same time, we also conducted some hearings on focusing on senior high school because we added the 2 years. No? The 2 years is one of the prime reasons why our families don't see value in K to 12. And one of the things that we found out during the hearings is even after taking the tracks, no, specifically the TVL track, there is no assessment. So meaning there's nothing. No? You added 2 years, they took the TVL track, but after graduating, when they apply for a job, there's no proof that they took the TVL track. No? There's no also proof that they passed the TVL track. No? And in fact, when we asked how many of those senior high school who took the assessment, only 26% took the assessment. No? So almost more than 70% did not take the assessment. But the beauty of those who took the assessment, 98% passed. No? Maraming pumasa po. So ibig sabihin ho nito, maganda yung TVL track natin sa DepEd. Hindi lang sila nag-a-assess. No? That's my own analysis. So, and then we went to ask, well, how come they're not being assessed? No? The cost of assessment varies from 1,000 pesos all the way to 5,000 pesos, depending on the course. So for a senior high school student, and for a parent who has a senior high school student, dinagdagan mo na nga ng 2 years, pagagastusin mo pa kami doon sa assessment nila. So that's why there's a lot of gripes against our senior high school, and that's why the dissatisfaction has already breached 50% because people don't see value in our senior high school. So one of the interventions that the Senate proposed is to fund that assessment and eventually the national certification of those who will take the TVL track in senior high school. That's why with the with the efforts of Senator Pia, who is the chairperson of the DepEd budget, Senator Sani Angara, who's the chairperson of the Finance Committee, and of course, Senator Joel Villanueva, the testdaman, who shepherded the budget all the way to its approval. We managed to include 538 million in the 2024 budget. And the 534 million is divided into 3 parts. No? 438 million for the national certification assessment of all senior high school who will take the TVL track. 50 million to expand the number of NC assessors in the country. I think this was brought up by Senator Joel during the hearing. Alam ni DDG Rosto no, na kahit na meron tayong pondo pag-a-assess, kung wala namang mag-a-assess, problema rin yun. So he included 50 million in to expand the number of NC assessors. And we also included another 50 million for the training of our senior high school TVL teachers to be registered TVET instructors. No? So that's the intervention that we included in the 2024 budget. And I thank Yusek Gina and Secretary Manguna Datu, who responded immediately. I remember, I think Yusek January yata, we had a Zoom meeting and they committed to put this together. Of course, the details is quite hefty, but they managed to put this together in a span of 4 to 5 months. So I thank Yusek Gina and the team of Secretary Manguna Datu in putting this together, and now we have this JMC. And what my vision is, moving forward is to institutionalize this through a law. No? That's why we propose the Batang Magaling Act to institutionalize this assessment and many other reforms in our senior high school level. So one of the reforms that we are looking, for example, is mandating the Civil Service Commission to hire our senior high school graduates. Alam nyo, nagdagdag tayo ng senior high school level, pero gobyerno mismo hindi kumukuha ng senior high school level. No? Actually, kasalanan ng gobyerno, kaya rin hindi happy ang tao sa senior high school because we're not hiring senior high school. If you look at the qualification standard of a senior high school versus a person who graduated 4 years in high school, the same ang kanilang salary level. So pareho yung salary level ng senior high school na nag-undertake ng 6 years junior and senior, pareho rin yung kumuha ng 4 years in our original 10-year system. So if you are an applicant, anong incentive mo to get your senior high school kung parehong sweldo lang? No? So one of the biggest culprit of why people are disgruntled with our senior high school is government itself. No? So in our bill that we are proposing, we're now mandating the Civil Service Commission to come up with a very specific qualification standard and improve salary for our senior high school para may value sa ating mga families. No? So with that, again, I would like to thank the DepEd, represented here by Yusek Gina, for putting this together, to TESDA, represented by DDG Rose, and of course to other stakeholders, to Secretary Logesma, who will be the end beneficiaries, kasi ang DOLE will be the end beneficiaries of all of these graduates. And I thank all of them for really putting this together. I know it's complicated, but in a short time span, we've managed to put a very robust JMC for us to benefit now and in the future. So maraming salamat po. Thank you to all of you.
Thank you, Senator Gatchalian, for your unending support to the education sector. For our common understanding and appreciation of the purpose of the joint memorandum circulars between DepEd, DOLE, TESDA, and CHED, we will be showing you an audio-visual presentation pertaining to the harmonization of the Philippine education governance. Ladies and gentlemen, may we request you to direct your attention to the audio-video presentation.
In a world where graduates, informal and lifelong learners are about to face the world of work, where skills are the currency of progress, and where the future is shaped by quality education. It all began with a vision. In the 2023 State of the Nation address of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., the importance of technical vocational education and training was highlighted. This renewed focus on TVET empowers us to unlock the full potential of the Filipino workforce. By skilling, reskilling, and upskilling our people, we can significantly enhance the country's human capital. Ultimately, a skilled workforce will empower the Philippines to flourish as a nation. TESDA is actively pursuing a transformative policy shift that emphasizes the crucial role of TVET in lifelong learning and employment, reforming the education system. This includes express the vital role of TVET in the basic education by embedding TVET in the senior high school, empowering graduates with marketable skills, enhancing their employability, and preparing them for the demands of the modern workforce. Pursue the Philippine credit transfer with higher education, bringing training on the barangay level through the TESDA sa barangay. This complements our priority of devolving lower-level qualifications to LGUs by providing capacity building of barangay workers, training of communities, and training of trainers. For TESDA to pursue area-based demand-driven TVET and higher-level qualifications. TESDA shall now focus on developing and offering high-level qualifications that are responsive to the needs of the industry. DepEd issued Department Order Number 54, Series of 2022, providing guidance on selecting senior high school technical vocational livelihood specializations. These specializations equip learners with in-demand skills tailored to their community's needs, enhancing employability and regional economic development. By leveraging existing infrastructure and resources from TESDA and DepEd, we aim to strengthen the TVET component in senior high school and prepare graduates for the workforce. To boost the future employability of SHS graduates, the government is set to conduct free competency assessment of senior high school graduates in the technical vocational livelihood track. Senator Sherwin Gatchalian expressed his full support to integrate TVET programs into the senior high school curriculum and to provide free competency assessment for certification to technical vocational livelihood K-12 learners. Through a joint memorandum circular to be signed by Vice President Sara Duterte and TESDA Director General Suharto Mangudadatu, TESDA will conduct free competency assessment to senior high school graduates in the TVL track. This aims to enhance their employability by ensuring they are adequately equipped with competencies for the workforce. Today signifies a milestone between the Department of Education and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority partnership, paving the way for a brighter future for our SHS TVL graduates. It ensures every learner, regardless of background, has access to quality-assured assessment and certification, recognizing and valuing their competencies. By standardizing competency assessments, we empower our learners to demonstrate their skills and knowledge effectively, equipping them to fulfill a career or be an entrepreneur, thus contributing meaningfully to the society. The second initiative integrates TVET into the SHS curriculum. This was made possible through the establishment of a technical working group composed of DepEd, DOLE, CHED, and TESDA. On February 27, 2024, the proposal for strengthening SHS through TVET for workforce readiness and employability was presented to President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. In compliance with the President's directive, DepEd, DOLE, CHED, and TESDA are now enhancing the SHS curriculum by integrating TVET components. By embedding TVET in the senior high school curriculum, the TESDA quality assurance system is integrated to elevate educational standards in senior high school. This system ensures program excellence, relevance, and alignment with industry standards. Graduates emerge as competently trained, certified, and job-ready professionals. To make this happen, several key government agencies are joining forces. The Department of Education, the Department of Labor and Employment, the Commission on Higher Education, and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority. By enforcing these joint memorandum circulars, we are one step closer to strengthening SHS curriculum by embedding TVET in SHS tracks, ensuring alignment for SHS specializations with relevant TVET qualifications, and establishing a system for efficiently certifying SHS TVL graduates. This defines the crucial role of these agencies in education, training, and employment by empowering SHS graduates to confidently enter the workforce and contribute to economic development. DepEd, DOLE, CHED, and TESDA will steadfastly uphold the commitment for lifelong learning and producing globally competitive and workforce-ready Filipinos. This agreement is more than just ink on paper. It is a testament to collective dedication to empower the youth with the knowledge, skills, and values they need in the modern world.
Thank you very much for watching. At this juncture, we will now witness the signing of the Joint Memorandum Circular on Quality Assurance of Senior High School Students, Technical Vocational Livelihood Track. The JMC on ensuring quality assured assessment for certification of Senior High School Technical Vocational Livelihood Track aims to institute standardized assessment and certification processes for the Senior High School TVL track. guaranteeing high-quality outcomes for SHS-TVL learners. This will be signed by TESDA and DepEd. May we request on stage DepEd Undersecretary Michael Weasley Poa and TESDA Deputy Director General Rosana A. Urdaneta. Again, the JMC on ensuring quality assured assessment for certification of SHS-TVL track aims to institute standardized assessment and certification processes for the senior high school technical vocational livelihood track, guaranteeing the high quality outcomes for SHS-TVL learners. This will be signed between TESDA and DepEd. Congratulations to DepEd and TESDA. Again, let's give a round of applause to our leaders from DepEd and TESDA. May we request our principals to remain on stage as we move forward to the signing of the Joint Memorandum Circular on strengthening senior high school curriculum and delivery by embedding TVET in senior high school tracks towards workforce readiness and employability. We would like to request on stage Secretary of the Department of Labor and Employment and the Chair of the TESDA Board, Secretary Bienvenido E. Laguesma. The Chairperson of the Commission on Higher Education, Chair J. Prospero E. De Vera III, represented by Commissioner Ethel Agnes Valenzuela. On February 27, 2024, this policy shift was presented to the President, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., wherein he expressed his approval to harmonize Philippine education governance. This joint effort among DepEd, TESDA, CHED, and DOLE. This endeavor concentrates on integrating technical vocational training, education and training into all senior high school tracks, thereby bolstering workforce readiness and employability by imparting industry-relevant skills and knowledge to the youth for successful careers. Congratulations, DepEd, DOLE, CHED, and TESDA for this initiative. By working together, we can ensure a more streamlined and effective education system for our Filipino youth and ensure to prioritize the educational pathways by upskilling our current and future workforce. A round of applause for this undertaking. Now, moving on, let us listen to the message of support of the Honorable Juan Engardo Sani Angara.
To Vice President and Education Secretary Sara Duterte, Senator Win Gatchalian, TESDA Director General Manguna Datu, Chairperson, CHED Chairperson De Vera, and other officials present. I'd like to greet you, members of the EDCOM, the PAYAC, and those from the higher education and technical sector. Gandang araw po sa inyong lahat. It's a very eventful day, and I'm sorry I cannot be with you as we have 2 weeks left in our session, so we're rushing some bills. Ako'y natutuwa na meron tayong signing ngayon at sa pamagitan po ng EDCOM, nag-recommend po na isa sa pinaka-urgent ay yung pagpopondo ng accreditation dahil isang dekada na po walang accreditation ng ating TechVoc graduates sa K-12. Kaya hindi po sila na-hire. Yan po ang pangako natin sa mga magulang, sa mga pamilya. Sa pagdagdag ng 2 taon, mas gaganda yung makakakuha na ng trabaho yung ating mga estudyante. Pero dahil nga walang accreditation, hindi sila na-hire ng mga kumpanya sapagkat di alam kung ano yung kalidad ng kanilang trabaho. But now, the Senate spearheaded the insertion of close to 500 million in the 2024 budget. So now we'll have this first accreditation of our K-12 graduates from grade 11 and 12 doing the TechVoc track. It's long overdue, but better late than never, ika nga. So we congratulate all the agencies involved today in making this a reality. And definitely magandang ikakalabas nito. Let's just please hire good accreditors at let's make sure the processes are very professional and empowering to all our learners. At sa lahat ng dun sa isa pang memorandum circular, of course we're very happy that our educational agencies are working together dahil yan po ang kailangan sa mundo ngayon. So mabuhay po kayong lahat. God bless po.
Thank you very much, Senator Angara, for your continued support to the education sector. We are delighted to hear the messages of our different heads of agencies. First, let us all welcome the Chairperson of the Commission on Higher Education, Dr. J. Prospero E. De Vera III, for his message, represented by Commissioner Ethel Agnes Valenzuela.
Excellencies, our champion, Senator Win Gatchalian, si Senator. Bale Secretary Laguesma, our dear PRC Chairperson, our DDG, TESDA, Ma'am, my dear friend, Yusek Poa, Yusek Gina, there's all my, all my friends, Edie Carol, officials, representatives of different government agencies. Good morning to all of you. I'm very happy to represent Secretary De Vera in this very momentous occasion. First of all, harmonization of higher education is really in my heart. Maybe not all of you know that in 2009, 2010, 2011, I was part of the team crafting the K-12. I prepared the regional comparison of K-12 in Southeast Asia, going around different countries to take a look at the K-12 systems. And I remember that in many hearings of the Congress and Senate, I have to present the regional comparison of which was captured in a very nice yellow book. After that, we prepared the toolkit for K-12, also a very good reference for all teachers, administrators. And I was really planning to do the senior high school toolkit, but that time, we have to move on to another big project of DepEd, which is the Education for All assessment, which I also headed. And so now, I was listening to Senator Gatchalian's keep on recalling what went wrong in this journey. Because that time we feel that everything aligned, no? The policymakers, DepEd, and everybody, they were all so happy that the law was passed on K-12 systems. But today, after so many years have passed, I was like, I was so happy that this milestone arrived, that we are here to really work on the joint memorandum circular, and that we are really harmonizing the Philippine education governance, that we act as one. And I'm very happy that this strategic partnership is really happening. We need to talk. We have been really looking forward to our discussions and conversations on how we can influence and change the course of education and the reforms that we really envision. We're here to shape the destiny of Filipinos who would like to be employed. As I look back 2009, we say, oh, if a senior high school will graduate, just like in Germany, in Europe, they can find better jobs. They have meaningful employment. But as we heard it today, there are so many challenges and issues. Even as I say in the Commission on Higher Education, we've been fostering that those who graduated from the TechVoc track should be admitted in college with no hurdles and issues. But there are still so many things to do to make that happen. So we're here to make a difference, and we hope that we will move into the details. Now, it's very important to move into the details because there are so many courses and so many competencies, occupational skills, but which ones will be added in the different tracks. So we have different models as well from ASEAN and other countries. Maybe we can take a look because this is just the beginning of many things we will do together. Rest assured that the Commission on Higher Education, through the, of course, the support of my chairman, Dr. Prospero De Vera, will be committed to provide as envisioned, as stated in the directive of the President, that we will provide technical assistance in curriculum mapping, in curriculum redesigning, with DepEd, TESDA, DOLE, and of course, we will not neglect PRC for reviewing and developing, designing the senior high school curriculum. So collaboration is the key here, and we're all very happy to contribute and to work together. Once again, congratulations on this momentous achievement and more work to come. We're here to help. Thank you so much.
Maraming salamat po, Chair De Vera and Commissioner Ethel Valenzuela, for that empowering message. At this point, to deliver the message of the Secretary, Director General of the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, Secretary Suharto T. Maundadato, PhD, let us welcome DDG Rosana A. Urdaneta of Policies and Planning.
Tinitingnan ko yung mga picture ko dyan. Parang okay naman po. First and foremost, I would like to acknowledge and recognize the role of Secretary Mangudadato in this particular activity. On his first 100 days in TESDA, he had clearly established his vision of what TESDA will be in the next 5 years. Of course, it was articulated in our National Technical Education and Skills Development Plan. I am here on behalf of SecTeng, who sends his best regards and wishes that he could not also be here with us because I got a word last night from him that he was asked and requested by the President to join him in the Sultan Kudarat and Jensen sortie of the President. As Deputy Director General for Policies and Plans, I have the distinct privilege to distill the vision of SecTeng. He was a governor. And he was always telling me, hindi ako educator governor ako. So hindi ko alam ang language ng education ng TVET. So sabi niya, tulungan mo ko. So what we did was to distill and make operational yung mga vision po niya sa TESDA. And translate, of course, his vision for TVET and, of course, the whole education sector. We had integrated the vision into the realm of the education landscape. Today, we shall witness the fruition of the collaborative efforts. Minsan po, hindi pala minsan, most of the time when we get to attend mga forum, parati po sinasabi na, nag-uusap ba kayo? DepEd, SHED, and TESDA. Ngayon po, nag-uusap na kami, nandito po kami. Kasama pa po namin ang DOLE. This would not be possible. Kailangan namin ng ninong. Ang ginawa naming ninong para umupo kami with DepEd is Senator Win Gatchalian. He patiently listened to us dun sa embedment po. Hindi ko alam kung naintindihan niya. Pero nakangiti naman po siya at sabi niya, this is a difficult thing, but it is very possible. Ganon din po ang sinabi ni Presidente. This is not a bed of roses. It will be a very difficult journey, pero posible. So kailangan po, this one starts and signals yung difficult journey na yon. Pero kailangan po tayong magsama-sama. Kaya po namin ginawa ito. I would also like to thank yung board po namin, the TESDA board headed by no less than the Secretary of Labor. When we were socializing this, sila po yung una naming sinosocialize yung embedment. At hindi ko din po alam kung naintindihan nila kasi gabing-gabi na hindi pa rin po sila pinapaalis ni SecTeng Mangudadato doon sa boardroom. Pero nauna na po si Sec Labor, si Sec natin sa Labor, Laguesma. Pero after a while, pinatawag po kami ni Sec Laguesma and we really feel na talagang he gave us the full support kasi pinakinggan niya kami sa DOLE na po yan and then sabi niya, sige, i-go na natin to sa PMS. And ang sarap po na malaman na ang dami po na tumulong sa amin. Pero po ang pinaka talaga sobra na pasasalamat namin nung umupo na po si Yusek Gina with us, together with the different directors ng DepEd. At yun po, parang kumbaga sa na-reach na namin yung, ayoko sabihin. Yun talaga pong na tuwan-tuwa kami na nandun na po kami lahat at nag-uusap-usap na talaga. So with that, I wish to read, hindi pa po tapos yun, the message of our secretary. To our distinguished guests, esteemed partners, ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to stand before you as we take important steps toward enhancing the quality, and relevance of our education system by signing the joint memorandum circulars on harmonizing Philippine education governance. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed partners, the Department of Labor and Employment, the Commission on Higher Education, and the Department of Education. Your unwavering commitment to education and workforce development is commendable and truly inspiring. We also acknowledge the visionary leadership of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. In the 2023 State of the Nation address, the President placed significant emphasis on TVET as an empowering educational intervention. His proclamation on embedding technical, vocational education and training in senior high schools underscores the importance of equipping our youth with skills and knowledge for success in today's dynamic job market. Building upon this directive, TESDA has outlined a grand vision for the education system, a vision that seeks to expand the role of TVET and solidify its position as a valuable tool in lifelong learning and employment opportunities for all. At the heart of this vision lies a four-pronged strategy. First, we express the vital role of TVET in basic education by embedding it in the senior high school curriculum. By integrating TVET into the senior high school curriculum, we empower graduates with marketable skills, enhancing their employability and preparing them for the demands of the modern workforce. Second, we shall pursue the Philippine credit transfer with higher education, bridging the gap between TVET and higher education institutions, thereby providing seamless pathways for learners to advance their education and career prospects. Third, we will bring training to the barangay level through the TESDA sa Barangay. This program complements our priority of devolving lower-level qualifications to local government units by providing capacity building for barangay workers, training for communities, and training of trainers. And fourth, TESDA commits to pursue area-based, demand-driven TVET and offer higher-level qualifications. This approach involves developing higher-level qualifications that are responsive to the needs of the industry, ensuring that our workforce remains competitive and adaptable in a rapidly changing economy. The first joint memorandum circular introduces the mandatory assessment for certification of senior high school TVL track graduates. This aims to make sure that SHS TVL learners are well prepared for jobs by ensuring the quality of their skills assessment. Moreover, our joint endeavors have led to the development of the second memorandum circular. Through the partnership with DepEd, DOLE, CHED, and TESDA, this memorandum circular aims to strengthen the senior high school curriculum by embedding TVET across all tracks, by aligning senior high school specializations with applicable TVET qualifications and implementing efficient mechanisms for certification. As we sign this circular, let us reaffirm our commitment to working hand in hand, guided by the shared vision of a brighter future for generations to come. Sa bagong Pilipinas, sa TESDA, lingap ay maasahan. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, DDG Urdaneta, and to our TESDA Secretary Director General for this initiative, ensuring our SHS learners will be workforce ready. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to welcome the Secretary of the Department of Labor and Employment and the Chair of the TESDA Board, Secretary Bienvenido E. Laguesma.
Maraming salamat. Ang atin pong iginagalang, masipag at very supportive na miyembro ng Senado, Senador Sherwin Gatchalian, ng aking pong mga kapwa lingkod bayan mula sa DepEd, pinangungunahan po ni Undersecretary, ladies first muna. Di ba magagalit si Yusek Michael. Yusek Gina Gonong at Yusek Michael Powa, ang akin din pong mula po naman sa ating pong CHED, sa pangunguna ng ating pong Commissioner Ethel Valenzuela, ang ating pong mga kasamahan mula naman sa TESDA, sa pangunguna ng ating pong Deputy Director General Rose Urdaneta, at siyempre po, hindi ko makakalimutan ng mga taga-Department of Labor and Employment, na pinangungunahan po ni Undersecretary Carmela Torres at Assistant Secretary Paul Anyuber, ang akin pong mga kabalikat sa TESDA Board. At ganoon din naman po, lalo na ang ating pong mga esteemed stakeholders and partners, ang ating pong mga miyembro ng akademya, mga kabalikat po namin at katuwang, ladies and gentlemen, isa pong makasaysayan at makabulong araw sa inyong lahat. Today marks a significant milestone towards a strengthened labor market governance among the Department of Education, the Department of Labor and Employment, the Commission on Higher Education, and TESDA for enhanced workforce readiness and employability of senior high school graduates. We all recognize that a well-educated workforce means individuals who are equipped with the knowledge and skill for gainful and productive employment, capable of adapting to new technologies, and considerably contribute to create a foundation for economic success and shared prosperity for the country. A successful governance framework needs harmonious, collaborative, and sustainable collaboration and partnership. And this is exactly what is actually intended or be envisioned by the joint memorandum circulars that we have just signed this morning. By streamlining processes, enhancing communication, and fostering collaboration among us government agencies, natutuwa po ako dun sa sinabi ni DDG Rose, nag-uusap na po sila. Sana po ang pag-uusap ay magbunga ng magandang resulta dahil ang tunay po na panalo kung mag-uusap lahat ng ahensya ng gobyerno ay ang taong bayan po ang atin pong pinagsisilbihan. So palakpakan natin yung simula ng magandang komunikasyon. Alam po natin na by doing so, we can create a more cohesive and responsive education system, especially in technical vocational education. We are envisioning that our learners are not just adequately equipped with the knowledge of today, but can confidently venture into the vast labor market equipped with the skills and competencies that are required and demanded by industry and the business sector in the very near future and beyond. It cannot be denied that the DOLE plays a crucial role in facilitating access to employment and job opportunities for senior high school graduates. At tama po yung nabanggit ni Senator Sherwin. Kami po ang tatanggap noong pong magiging resulta ng pagsasama-sama pagsasanib pwersa ng iba-ibang mga departamento para naman po sa kapakinabangan ng pong ating mga kabataan at ng pong naghahangad ng magandang serbisyo. At dapat po natin silang bigyan ng assistance to better transition from school to work. Employment, vocational and career counseling opportunities can be made available to them through the Public Employment Services offices. Moreover, support for job search and placement assistance, provision of labor market information, and career guides on in-demand and critical occupations emerging from the economy's 10 key employment growth centers under the Philippine Labor and Employment Plan and through job fairs are critical interventions that should likewise be extended to the senior high school graduates. At a job fair held in Metro Manila for senior high school in 2022, if I recall correctly, this was in Pasay City, we saw about 700 senior high school graduates hired by different participating companies, and some companies even hired senior high school graduates on the spot. makakuha po kagad sila ng trabaho. A concrete testimony and manifestation that senior high school graduates are not totally left out, nor discriminated in terms of being employed, but much has to be done, really. In Dole's collaboration with Job Street surveys on senior high school in 2018 and 2023, we saw an increasing awareness of the presence and availability of senior high school graduates by employers. Furthermore, the number of employers willing to hire senior high school graduates have increased. Top senior high school graduates hiring industries were textile, garments, tourism, food and beverage, manufacturing and retail merchandise sectors. The DOLE will continue to engage with the private sector in the coming years for a more comprehensive focus on senior high school graduates as job seekers and gain more insights on its industry's job requirements, which match senior high school graduates' skills and competencies. We hope to draw out policy recommendations to strengthen our employment facilitation strategies for senior high school graduates. Let me stress that improving the employability of our senior high school graduates has been a priority strategy under the Philippine Labor and Employment Plan 2023-2028. And this is aligned with the PDB's goal of improving the income earning ability of the Filipinos by creating an environment that fosters economic growth and equal opportunities. This means ensuring that senior high school graduates are not only equipped with necessary and core skills for life and work, but are also imbued with a culture of lifelong learning and adaptability in the face of the ever-evolving industry needs and the constantly transforming world of work. The Department of Labor and Employment's aspiration for all Filipino workers to achieve meaningful, dignified, and fruitful employment is in harmony with the goals set forth by these joint memorandum circulars. These circulars will serve as tangible evidence of our vision to maximize productive, remunerative, freely chosen, and sustainable work and employment opportunities. Furthermore, these joint memorandum circulars will empower our esteemed partner employers, creating an enabling environment for them to access a diverse pool of talent, thus promoting diversity, innovation, and sustainable development, thereby immensely contributing to the present administration's goal that no one shall be left behind. I commend and thank our partners in government, the private sector, and the academe for your unwavering commitment in ensuring that our education system remains responsive, relevant, and attuned to the dynamic challenges of the 21st century. Through our joint efforts, we can empower our youth to become highly skilled, innovative, and globally competitive members of the workforce, thereby contributing immensely to the growth of our country's economy. Let us continue to work hand in hand to create a future where every Filipino has the opportunity to realize their full potential and contribute meaningfully to our society, not just for this generation, but for generations to come. Kasama po ninyo ang kagawaran ng paggawa at empleyo na handang tumulong para sa ikukunlad ng bawat manggagawa at pamilyang Pilipino tungo sa isang bagong Pilipinas kung saan may matatag, maginhawa at panatag na buhay. Muli, isa pong mapagpala at makasaysayang umaga sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Secretary Laguesma, for your utmost support on this endeavor. It is an honor for us to hear the message from the Department of Education. Ladies and gentlemen, to deliver this message, let us welcome Undersecretary Michael Wesley Pua.
Senator Gatchalian, Secretary Laguesma, to my esteemed colleagues here in government service, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. I will be reading the message of the Vice President and Secretary of Education, Sara Duterte. Mga kababayan, Ladies and gentlemen, assalamualaikum, madayaw ug maayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Good day to all of you. 28 years ago, the Philippines shifted to the trifocalization of the education system after the recommendation of the EDCOM. This reform designated 3 different agencies to supervise the 3 educational systems in the country. Department of Education, or DepEd, for basic education, Commission on Higher Education, or CHED, for higher education, and Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, or TESTA, for TECVO, or Technical Vocational Education and Training. Such an innovation calls for continued interagency collaboration to ensure inclusive, equitable, quality education for all across the various levels of education. Towards this end, we are here today for the signing of the joint memorandum circulars on harmonizing Philippine education governance. It is a concrete declaration of the government's commitment to enhancing skills-based education at the senior high school level and integrating it into the goals of higher education and the labor market. On behalf of one of the agencies mandated to supervise education, we thank President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. for his renewed vision on TVET to unlock the full potential of the Filipino workforce through reskilling, upskilling our learners to enhance the country's human capital. These signed JMCs are crucial to ensure our learners and graduates possess the essential competencies for technical professions and lifelong skills. These skills are valuable for numerous opportunities such as college admission and employment. The first signed JMC, spearheaded by DepEd and TESDA, focuses on establishing standardized assessment and certification procedures for the SHS TVL track learners and teachers. With this memorandum, SHS graduates or senior high school graduates in the TVL track can avail of free assessments in TESDA accredited assessment centers, and senior high school teachers can receive free training and certification for the trainer's methodology course. This will address the need for graduates to be equipped with the necessary competencies for various technical professions. Through this initiative, DepEd and TESDA have committed to ensuring that the assessment process, certification for senior high school TVL tracks are quality assured, providing a guarantee to all stakeholders that our graduates will be more competent and ready for the market demands and entrepreneurial opportunities. The second signed JMC expands collaboration by including key agencies such as CHED and the Department of Labor and Employment. This initiative aims to integrate TVET across senior high school tracks, better preparing students for the workforce upon graduation. With DepEd leading the curriculum development for senior high school, we will ensure that the performance tasks of learners are designed to showcase their skills and knowledge related to agriculture, fishery arts, tourism, health, social and other community development, information and communications technology, industrial arts, and even performing arts. Through this initiative, all graduates of senior high school will be provided with sufficient specialized and TVET skills training. They will receive their diploma and national certificate 1 or 2 if they pass the assessment. The embedment of TVET into the senior high school curriculum will be more advantageous to all of our senior high school graduates in the future, especially now that we are partnering with the DOLE to facilitate employment linkages and CHED for technical support. All of these initiatives are our solution to the clamor to reevaluate the work preparation and entrepreneurial components of the present senior high school curriculum to encourage companies and industries to hire our senior high school graduates. Even as much work still needs to be done, we have progressed in this priority area. I take this moment to express my gratitude to all agencies and organizations who helped us develop these initiatives that will open more opportunities to our learners and improve our labor market. As we always say, education is a shared responsibility and accountability. In addition to our productive government partnerships, I urge everyone to sustain support for initiatives benefiting our learners and teachers, aiming to enhance our communities and future industries. Let us persevere in our noble mission to uplift our children, our beloved nation, igniting the dreams of our people and the boundless aspirations of our country. Para sa pagtupad ng pangarap ng bawat batang Pilipino, para sa isang matatag na Pilipinas, para sa isang bansang makabata at batang makabansa. Lahat para sa Diyos, sa bayan at sa pamilyang Pilipino. Shukran. Sara Z. Duterte, Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines and Secretary of the Department of Education, May 10, 2024. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, Yusek Michael Poa. Our Vice President's steadfast support in aligning the senior high school and TVET programs has been invaluable. This strategic collaboration promises to serve as a catalyst for lifelong learning and the creation of abundant employment opportunities for our senior high school learners. May we once again request our dignitaries to be on the stage for the photo opportunity alongside with Senator Sherwin Gatchalian. Our ushers, please assist our dignitaries as they are called on stage.
First batch na kagad tayo. First batch of what? First batch. Yeah, first batch tawag, developmental work.
At this point, we now request our developmental partners, TVET associations, and stakeholders for the photo opportunity. Again, may we call on our developmental partners, TVET associations, and stakeholders. From table 2. Over here. At this point, may we call now our CHED officials and staff. DepEd, sir. Ay, ne. Dole, CHED. May we request also the TESDA officials and the TESDA board members and also the staff to come on stage. May we also call on DOLE officials and staff to come up on stage. Kaya nga eh. Next batch yan. Andito na ata mga BM. May we now call on the DepEd officials and staff. While there is a photo opportunity, lunch is served outside. The next batch for the photo opportunity will be for the technical working group and working committees. May we now call on the technical working group and technical working committees. Again, calling all technical working group and technical working committee members. Please come up on stage. Thank you very much. This concludes our event today. Again, we thank everyone who joined us this morning, and we would like to thank our online participants. Ladies and gentlemen, by working together, we can create a world where everyone has the opportunity to access quality and inclusive education that unlocks individuals' full potential. Remember, education is the foundation for a brighter future, not just for individuals, but for society as a whole. Let's invest in it. Maraming salamat po. Lunch is now served.